Hello, everybody. All right. So first of all, congratulations to Tracy Schultz. Xavier picked her name out of the subscribers to win the 4,500 subscriber giveaway. So she'll be getting the magazine. Hey, Annie D. I'll be sticking that in the mail to her. And Xavier told me today that all my videos were too long, so I need to shorten them up. So we're going to make this a really short, easy video. Hello, Anne. Hello, Patty. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I want to grab one thing here before I forget. All right. So we're going to make this really quick and easy card. I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up, but that's actually embossed with an embossing folder. And then this portion down here was glimmer paste, right? Yeah, Nuvo glimmer paste. This green is called Seaweed Quartz. And I used the Tim Holtz pencils. So they come in a little 3-pack, and these are the minis. So for this one, the paper that I used was media paper, and I'll tell you why. All right, so I used this little pack of mixed media paper. Because it's such a heavy weight, I knew it wouldn't buckle or bend. So that's what I used, and what I did was took the stencil and did one part. And then after it dried, and it doesn't take very long to dry. I want to say maybe 30 minutes to dry. So let's see if I can line this up. All right. So here you can see, here's the first part I did. So I did that. And then after 30 minutes or so, came back to check on it, and it was all dry. So I went upstairs and cleaned my stencils. And then when I came back down, I tried to line it back up. You can see the line there where the seam is, but I tried to line it up. I think I went this way. Yeah. There. And then I put this second side on. So if you try to do one side and then the other side and Nuvo paste is still wet, then it's not going to work. But it is very shimmery, very sparkly glitter. I wish the camera would be able to pick it up a little better for you guys. And it's got some nice dimension to it. And because it's on that heavy media paper, it's a little thicker stock. So then the green one, I used this one, which is like the holly. And then what you can do is, if you wanted to, you could go back in with Nuvo drops and color those little drops red if you wanted to. But I did not do that. All right. So first thing I did was embossed my background, and I think for the next one we'll do a red card base here. And I just used that same Crafter's Companion embossing folder and lined it right up to the seam there. And because this is a thin folder, not a 3D folder, it's not going to affect the back of the card. And when I put it through my sandwich, you only need the 2 main plates here. I put the non-cutting mat. As you guys know, I try to keep one nice and smooth. I put that on the side of the paper because if anything is cut up or scratched on the plate, like this plate here, that's all going to transfer onto my paper because it's so smooth. So we're going to put the smooth side on the paper. And then we're going to put the cutting plate on top, and we're going to run that through our Gemini real quick. All right, so now we can see it's embossed. Well, maybe you can see, maybe you can't. I can't tell with this computer. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jazz this one up a little bit. I'm going to use my silver embellishment mousse again. And my little sponge dauber. And I'm going to highlight the embossing. I'm going to start at the bottom because I'm going to cover up the bottom. So I'm going to start at the bottom and pull that up. There we go. A little bit jazzes it up, right? All right, and then here's the extra piece I cut off. And I think I want to just trim this down a little. Now, I will tell you, when it is dry, you want a heavy-duty trimmer because this is pretty thick, this paste, and it's heavy because you're cutting through glitter. So I'm going to cut this to 2 inches by 4 1/4. So yeah, I gave it a good push there to cut through it. All right, I'm just going to use a little bit of May glue. And it's just enough to give it an accent without overwhelming the piece and without covering it up. And you can get a couple pieces. I think I have 3 pieces. I don't know where the third one went. But you can get a couple pieces. Maybe it's just 2 pieces. It's 2 pieces. So now we have the dry embossing on the background. We have a little bit of that embellishment mousse on there to kind of make that pop. And then we have the glimmer paste at the bottom. So it looks really fancy, like we did a lot, but we really haven't done anything super hard here. I mean, the worst is just stenciling this through and having the patience to wait for it to dry. And then I have these dies, which I love. These are penny black dies. Greetings, joy, and peace. Penny black. All 3 come in the package. I don't know how much I paid for these guys. I got these, I think, 2 years ago. It's just called Greetings. So if you guys are going to Google that and look it up, here it is. 51174 Greetings, penny black dies. But they're nice, scripty dies. You can see here, joy, peace, greetings. And they're not too big and not too small. So the first card I did with peace. So there you can see the peace. And this one I'm going to use the joy. And I just cut that out of some scrap foil cardstock. I did not put any adhesive on this. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on there. Now, if you wanted to kind of get real fancy, you could stamp out a sentiment that said, like, I don't know, joy to the world or something like that. And then maybe put it on dark colored cardstock. And this is crooked. And then put that underneath the sentiment. I mean, underneath the die cut here. There we go. But I'm not going to do that. And then the last thing is to throw some sequins on there. I have this giant stack of sequins. I think this came out of an Anna Griffin kit. And these are just silver sequins. Use what you have. Not a big deal. Just going to throw a couple of those on there. And there we have it. So really simple, pretty card that really looks like I spent a lot of time making it. And I did. And you could mass produce these pretty quickly by just going in and running all the cards through the embossing machine. And for the most part, I'm not wasting a lot of paper because the card base is what I embossed. I didn't emboss another sheet of paper and glue it on top. I never understood why people do that. And then if you don't want to write on the inside here because it's a color, you can cut white cardstock and just glue that in there and make it more formal. And then write your greeting and send it. So there we go. How are we on time? 10 minutes. Xavier better give his mom some props for that. So there we go, guys. 2 easy cards just using embossing folder and some embossing paste. The red one was using the poinsettia stencil from Tim Holtz, which also comes in that set. And then the red glimmer paste is called Garnet Red. So Garnet Red and Seaweed are the 2 that I use, which is a dark green and a bright red, almost like a ruby slipper red for those. And remember, when you're using these, keep your foam lids. Keep the foam lids, otherwise they will dry out. Okay, so there we go, guys. We did it in under 15 minutes. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And we are getting really close to 5,000 subscribers, so we'll be doing that giveaway soon here too. Thanks again, guys. Have a good night. Have a wonderful weekend, what's left of it, and I'll be back soon. Bye, guys.